The Crispy Marshwiggle. If you have never read the Chronicles of Narnia, you are probably wondering what a marshwiggle is, and why in the world this project is named after one. And why does it have to be crispy? If you have read Narnia, and the Silver Chair in particular, you are probably still scratching your head. Let me explain, or in the words of the great philosophical treatise, The Princess Bride, let me sum up. Puddleglum the Marshwiggle doesn't have a big fan club. He doesn't get his own convention or costumes. As far as this writer is aware, no one has ever named their child after Puddleglum, and no one ever will. He comes off as depressing and gloomy, making Eeyore look like a court jester. He can always see the cloud on the horizon. He lives to rain on the parade. But Puddleglum has something else, a sense of duty. No matter how dire the situation is, he is ready to slug it out until the end. This causes him to commit one of the greatest and most heroic acts in the Narnia series. He stomps on the witch's enchanted fire and demolishes her deadly spell. This courageous deed leaves a pretty bad burn on his webbed feet, and the air, once thick with enchantment, is filled with a pungent odor of burnt marshwiggle. He then delivers a speech that would make Sir Winston Churchill proud, declaring, "I'm on Aslan's side, even if there isn't any Aslan to lead it. I'm going to live as like a Narnian as I can, even if there isn't any Narnia." Puddleglum saves the children with a stubborn refusal to cave to the lie, no matter how enchanting it sounds, and with one big crispy foot. You may have noticed that we also live in a world that is trying to enchant us. Lies that blaspheme against the living God are coated in a thick green mist that seems sweet, calling us to love our neighbors and judge not. The Bible, that which declares to us the reality of God and his world, is cast aside as ancient or irrelevant. Perhaps we also need some good old-fashioned burnt marshwiggle sense to awaken us from our bewitched sleep. This is what I am to do here, in the vein of Chesterton and Lewis. They fought to defend God's truth and God's world with a merry heart and a rhetorical flourish. And when necessary, they stuck out a webbed foot and trampled on the magical flames. You won't find me as gloomy as Puddleglum. I love a good laugh and will share my delight in many a good gift from God. But I also want to brandish the sword against the lies of the age. I want to have Puddleglum courage and be willing to hold my feet to the fire and then plunge them in. So don't be surprised if you also smell some burnt marshwiggle when the occasion demands it. That is the smell of a duty well done. Pun intended.